The tension in Atlanta has officially exploded, and this time the fallout feels bigger than anything we've seen before. Friendships are cracking, alliances are shifting, and one of reality television's most talked about marriages is suddenly standing on shaky ground. What started as a heated conversation quickly turned into a storm that has the entire love and hip-hop Atlanta fanbase divided. The moment everything changed began with a confrontation that no one expected to go this far. Emotions were already running high when accusations of cheating and dishonesty started flying across the room. The energy immediately shifted from casual conversation to something far more personal. Voices got louder, tempers flared, and suddenly everyone was forced to pick a side. Bambi stepped directly into the center of the chaos, refusing to stay quiet any longer. She claimed she had information that exposed a side of Mendeecees Harris that Yandy Smith Harris allegedly never knew existed. According to Bambi, the image the public sees of Mendeecees as a loyal husband and devoted family man might not tell the full story behind closed doors. At first, Yandy appeared caught completely off guard. You could see the disbelief all over her face as she tried to process what was being said. For years, she and Mendeecees have presented themselves as one of the strongest couples in reality television. Together, they survived prison sentences, family struggles, business pressure, and endless criticism from the public. Their relationship became a symbol of loyalty and resilience to many fans watching from home. That is exactly why these accusations hit so hard. Bambi wasn't speaking in vague rumors or cryptic statements. She suggested there were secret conversations, suspicious meetings, and digital receipts that painted a completely different picture of Mendeecees behind the scenes. According to her, there were people in Atlanta with stories that contradicted the polished image Yandy and Mendeecees had spent years building together. The atmosphere instantly became uncomfortable. Yandy tried to defend her marriage at first. Instead of immediately believing the accusations, she questioned Bambi's motives. Why bring this up now? Why during such a public moment? Why in the middle of filming? Those questions quickly became part of the larger debate surrounding the entire situation. But Bambi refused to back down. She explained that after experiencing betrayal and humiliation in her own relationship, she could no longer sit quietly while another woman potentially walked into the same kind of heartbreak. From her perspective, this was not about creating drama for cameras or gaining attention. She framed it as one woman warning another woman before things became even worse. Still, the situation only became more explosive once the topic of receipts entered the conversation. In the world of reality television, accusations mean very little without proof. Bambi made it clear she allegedly had screenshots, timelines, and information supporting her claims. She hinted that whenever Yandy was away handling business or traveling, Mendeecees' behavior supposedly changed. What made the accusations even more painful was not simply the possibility of cheating. It was the idea that Yandy may have been protecting and defending a version of her husband that did not fully exist. As the confrontation continued, fans watching the episode began noticing the shift in Yandy's reactions. At first, there was denial, then frustration, then something far more unsettling, doubt. You could almost see the wheels turning in her mind as she tried to reconcile the man she loved with the man Bambi was describing. For someone who spent years defending her marriage against critics, the possibility that there could be hidden truths beneath the surface felt devastating. The tension reached another level when Bambi told Yandy that she spends so much time protecting Mendeecees' image that she may have forgotten to protect herself. That line hit hard. Yandy has always been known as someone willing to fight for her family, no matter what. She defended Mendeecees during his prison sentence, stood by him publicly through controversy, and continuously pushed the narrative that love and loyalty could survive anything. Hearing another woman suggest that her loyalty was being taken advantage of created one of the most emotionally charged moments of the season. The conversation ended without closure. There was no screaming match resolution, no immediate breakdown, just silence, heavy silence, the kind of silence that signals something inside a relationship has permanently changed. And once that silence settled in, The aftermath began spreading through the rest of the cast almost immediately. Whispers started circulating everywhere. Some cast members believed Bambi was genuinely trying to protect Yandy from being blindsided. Others believed the entire situation was carefully timed drama designed to keep attention focused on the show. Social media exploded with debates about who was telling the truth and who was manipulating the narrative. Then came Mendeecees' response. If anyone expected him to quietly sit back while his reputation was questioned, they were completely mistaken. The moment the accusations reached him, he went into full defense mode. But instead of reacting emotionally, he responded strategically. Mendeecees immediately challenged Bambi's credibility. He argued that someone dealing with heartbreak and public relationship issues of her own was not necessarily a trustworthy source when it came to judging another marriage. According to him, Bambi was projecting her own pain and bitterness onto his relationship with Yandy. He painted the entire situation as an attempt to damage the strongest couple on the show during a vulnerable moment. His defense focused heavily on timing. Why were these accusations suddenly appearing during filming? Why now, after years of friendship and interaction? According to Mendeecees, the timing itself was suspicious enough to raise questions about Bambi's true intentions. But perhaps the most calculated part of his response involved the receipts. Instead of simply denying everything, Mendeecees questioned the legitimacy of digital evidence itself. He pointed out how easily screenshots can allegedly be manipulated, edited, or taken out of context. In an era where social media drama spreads instantly, he argued that appearances can be misleading. That argument shifted the conversation in a major way. Suddenly, the focus moved away from "did he do it?" to "can the evidence actually be trusted?" It was a clever strategy because it planted uncertainty directly into the center of the discussion. At the same time, Mendeecees leaned heavily into his history with Yandy. He reminded her of everything they survived together, everything they built together, and every outside force that previously tried to break them apart. He framed the situation as another attack from people who wanted to see their marriage fail. Psychologically, it was powerful. Instead of simply defending himself, he subtly questioned Yandy's loyalty for even entertaining the accusations in the first place. That shifted emotional pressure back onto her, making her feel torn between trusting her husband and trusting her friend. But even with all his explanations, one thing remained obvious. Yandy still did not have peace of mind. The more Mendeecees defended himself, the more investigative Yandy appeared to become. She started quietly examining timelines, conversations, and details for herself. The United Front fans were used to seeing suddenly felt fractured. There was distance between them now, even when they appeared together publicly. Eventually, another major confrontation reportedly took place behind the scenes. This time, the receipts allegedly appeared directly in front of everyone involved. While viewers only saw glimpses of the evidence during the show, fans immediately noticed something important in Mendeecees' reaction. His strategy shifted. Instead of total denial, he moved toward explanation and contextualization. He reportedly admitted that certain conversations and meetings may have happened, but argued they were being interpreted incorrectly. According to him, business dealings, networking, and his complicated lifestyle often created situations that looked suspicious from the outside without necessarily meaning betrayal. That subtle shift changed everything. Because even without a direct confession, it introduced the idea that Yandy may not have known everything happening in her husband's world. For someone whose entire public identity centered around being in control and protecting her family, that realization felt painful. The aftermath of the scandal did not end with a dramatic breakup or divorce announcement. Instead, it created something arguably more complicated: permanent suspicion. Now every interaction between them feels different to viewers. Every social media post gets analyzed. Every interview gets dissected. Fans continue debating whether Mendeecees masterfully manipulated the situation, or whether Bambi exaggerated everything for attention and storyline relevance. Meanwhile, Bambi herself became both hero and villain depending on who you ask. Some people praised her for speaking uncomfortable truths and refusing to let another woman remain blind to possible betrayal. Others accused her of intentionally stirring chaos while dealing with her own emotional struggles. By the end of the season, one thing became undeniable. The chemistry of the show had changed forever. Yandy was no longer simply the loyal wife defending her husband against outside attacks. She became a woman quietly questioning parts of her marriage behind the scenes. Mendeecees was no longer viewed only as the redeemed family man rebuilding his life. Suspicion now follows him into every future storyline. And that may be the biggest consequence of all. Because in the world of love and hip-hop Atlanta, rumors eventually fade, social media moves on, and cast members find new drama. But once doubt enters a relationship, especially a relationship built under public scrutiny, it never completely disappears. Now the audience remains divided. Some viewers believe Bambi risked friendships to expose painful truths. Others believe she weaponized gossip during a vulnerable moment to create attention. Some see Mendeecees as a man unfairly targeted by rumors. Others see his defense as a masterclass in manipulation and damage control. But regardless of whose side people choose, one thing is clear. The fallout from this confrontation permanently changed the way fans view the Harris marriage. The public smiles are still there. The business ventures continue. The family photos still appear online. But beneath the surface, the dynamic feels different now. The trust feels more fragile. The questions feel louder. And perhaps that is why this storyline resonated so strongly with audiences. Because beneath all the reality television chaos, the arguments, and the social media debates lies a very real question about relationships, loyalty, and truth. Is it better to confront painful reality, even if it destroys the image you built together? Or is it easier to protect the illusion and keep moving forward? Yandy and Mendeecees appear to have made their choice for now. They are still standing together publicly. But the aftermath of Bambi's accusations continues hanging over their relationship like a shadow that refuses to disappear. And in Atlanta, shadows always have a way of resurfacing when cameras start rolling again. Now the fans are left with one final question. Whose side are you really on? Team Bambi or Team Harris?